Alright, Assalamualaikum. So I want every one of you please open your PowerPoint slide chapter 6. Okay. Today I will continue with another topic. It's about internet. Okay. Alright, so this is a learning objective. At the end of this chapter, what you should be able to first, you can explain about what is an internet, the web and its revolution, explain the requirements of internet access. You also should be able to differentiate the internet and the web, describe the common activities on the internet, describe the search tools, search engines, and what is the content evaluation. You also should be able to compare the different between what is the web utilities, plugin, web filter, file transfer, and security suites, and also describe about what is the cloud computing and Internet of Things, or we call it as IoT. Alright, so the internet is an increasingly important part of everyday life for people around the world. But if you ever never use the internet before, all of this new information might feel a bit confusing at first. Throughout this lecture, we will try to answer some basic questions you may have about the internet and how it used. When you're done, you have a good understanding of how the internet works, how to connect to the internet, and how to browse the web. Okay, alright. So what is the internet? Okay. The internet is a global network of billions of computers and other electronic devices. With the internet, it's possible to access almost any information, communicate with anyone else in the world, and do much more. You can do all of this by connecting a computer to the internet, which is also called going online. Okay, when someone says a computer is online, it's just another way of saying it's connected to the internet. So the computer that has access to the internet has the ability to send and receive all kinds of information such as email, video, graphics, messages, and computer programs. Okay, so history of the internet. Internet started with a project that called as Advanced Research Project Agency Network in the late 1950s for the US Departments of Defense. Okay, so internet in Malaysia began in 1990s. Okay, when the Malaysian Institutes of Microelectronic System, or we call it as a MIMOS, now is known as MIMOS Berhad, launched a JARING, Joint Advanced Integrated Networking. JARING is the first Malaysian internet service provider, or we call it as ISP. Okay, so this is another history of internet in Malaysia. The story of the commercial internet in Malaysia began in 1990s, as I said earlier. Okay, so it was not until 1992. Okay. However, the installation of the satellite link between Malaysia and the US, that Malaysian users gain easy access to the global internet. The Malaysian government actually has been a concerned supporter of internet technology since the early 90s and has employed a range of policies to encourage Malaysian businesses to venture online. It has also invested in large projects such as a multimedia super corridor, alright. And then in 1995, Malaysia has begun the internet in this country. In the year 1996, the number of internet hosts in Malaysia began to grow.